Hello, Harry at start. Today is gonna be a bit of a different video. As I mentioned, I really don't enjoy Series 12 at the moment. So right now I first want to talk about a different thing, which I think is pretty funny. So my exam was today, right? The thing that stopped me from really playing Series 12, right? So, it's, dude, the story is so fucking weird. Dude, bruh, like I don't know where to even begin, right? So let's say, I wake up at 5 a.m., right? Go to the fucking uni to write my exam, and I got even messaged the professor like, yo, cause like, oh, I can't open the email obviously. Um, I was like, yeah, they actually accepted my what's it called? I don't know. Basically, I'm able to write the the exam on the PC, right? So I go there like an hour early, right? Grab some drinks, cause I wasn't really feeling like breakfast. Also, didn't really have anything right here and for home. So yeah, I go there. Other like there's a bit of confusion where it actually takes place the exam, but we find it out, right? So now we wait at the exam, and like half an hour earlier, no one is there except like not the professor, right? Like, well, he didn't come. So half an hour, he like the professor just didn't come. Like he never came. Like, yeah. So we tried to reach like everybody who's like in charge, and well, we didn't reach anyone. So the guy who was apparently supposed to uh, replace the professor having the exam, well, he showed up like an hour after we all were leaving, and we even were told that we are able to leave, right? That it's okay if we leave. And apparently, our exam was tomorrow, which it wasn't, by the way, but like whatever, right? So, yeah, we just come back in another 3 hours. So when we can have the exam. I think you can tell how fucking frustrating that is. Oh my god, like 3 fucking hours of hell. Painful 3 hours. I mean, it wasn't that painful. I chilled a bit with some of the other boys there. It was pretty fun overall, but painful. And yeah, obviously we did learn some bits, but like the thing is, like for this kind of exam where you have like 500 pages of things that you need to learn, you won't just be able to, well, fucking learn a thing or two, like right before the exam. That's just not possible. So we were kind of all like, yeah, we know the stuff we know, we don't know the stuff that we don't know, right? Just as I was before. Well, so when we entered the exam, oh fucking finally, bro! Like it felt like it already was over. Just when we saw the other professor guy. So well, I shouldn't like when I guess I didn't write it on a PC then, cause like this guy, other professor was way too lost in order to like explain him the whole situation and stuff. So yeah. So what happened is he was like, yeah. So the other professor, he gave me this kind of notes, but if someone asks questions, I can answer them using the notes. And then what he just did is he just uh, put the notes on like the beamer, so we can all see all of the notes. And the notes, dude, when not even the good explanations of what the professor wants to hear in the exam, there were also some Latin names and some fucking full ass answers in there, bro. Like some like one question I remember, you can literally just fucking write off the notes from a professor, right? So hell yeah, this fucking guy, what a legend, bro. What a legend. So I should have passed my exam unless my professor can't read my handwriting now, which would be kind of sad because like that was pretty preventable. But like, that would be my fault. But like, he should be able to read it, right? Like, there's no way he doesn't, especially since he was able to read my other stuff. So unless he like hates me or anything, I should have passed. So now let's get into Series 12 and why I don't fucking like it. It's just not fucking fun. No, no, I don't. I really don't like it. So why do I not like it? Well, first of all, what's different about Series 12 and anything else? Now you get two restricted Pokemon, right? And if you look at the restricted Pokemon, um, here, not a lot, right? Like I think these are the restricted Pokemon that are kind of viable, all on the screen right now, like this. Not a lot. And now looking at how fucking important these Pokemon are for your team, well, it's literally the whole fucking team is just built around the restricted Pokemon, right? Obviously, in other formats you were able to do it as well, but in this format it is even more important than before, right? And since you got two restricted Pokemon per team, which is consistent of 6 Pokemon, that's 1/3 of your team. And that 1/3 is already so important, right? And now look at how much Pokemon you have to create that 1/3 of your team. And now look at how many of these are actually good. So good, I think Zacian, Kyogre, both Calyrexes, Dialga. Oh yeah, Groudon is also good. You could make an argument for Eternatus, but like, let me just see if I missed someone important. Probably not really, right? Like all the other mons do have their own niches and stuff, but I just don't think they can hold up with the big six, in my opinion. Like Palkia, for example. Oh yeah, Yveltal is really good as well. Oh yeah, definitely should put this on here as well. Like Palkia should probably also go on here. Palkia is a pretty good trick room one. Not in its own right, but because it can support its partner so well. Kyurem White, like maybe. Like this is how much Pokemon you have to build a team around, right? Yeah, obviously not fun, right? But what's the thing? What the thing that really, I'm gonna keep it short, I'm gonna be honest. The thing that really bothers me is that you can have two restricted Pokemon on a team, right? Basically, what this means is the restricted Pokemon cover for each other's weaknesses. The best example is Zacian and Kyogre, right? I don't think I have to explain the synergy between Zacian and Kyogre, but basically, if you can beat Zacian, you can't beat Kyogre most of the time, right? Yes, there are some Pokemon that can beat both, but they are also very easily dealt with, or not easily dealt with, like with Zapdos, for example, or with Gastrodon, right? Gastrodon is really easily dealt with Grassy Light, but like, at this point, it's just not fun, for me, personally. This is where it stops becoming fun with two restricted Pokemon, because this format is gonna go on for 7 months, and it's already so developed, you just can't build antimatter. I already made a video on like why you shouldn't do antimatter, and I said I still want to do it, and I still did. I still built antimatter, but the thing is with antimatter is, if you build a team that is well prepared for one restricted Pokemon, it's not gonna be well prepared for the duo of restricted Pokemon, right? If you build a team that is gonna be well prepared for one restricted duo, it's not gonna be well prepared for another restricted duo, right? So in order to have a good team, you literally have to use one of the very limited good options, right? Like Zacian Plus, or like Calyrex Groudon, for example, right? Or Palkia Calyrex Ice, for example, right? And those are not a lot, and that does sound like that is very, very easy to beat, and it is not, let me tell you that, because obviously the synergy, right? But what also is gonna happen is basically people are just gonna patch up these 1 or 2 weaknesses that both Pokemon have, and then it's just around like positioning and, or what I like to call it, like dancing, or I guess being lucky. Yeah. Right, you have to get yourself into a good position to like Dynamax and knock out certain Pokemon or defend from certain Pokemon, blah blah blah. This is what I love about the game, but not in a format like this, because it's just luck based. You don't know what the opponent is gonna do when, and that just means you have to get yourself into a position where you have to be lucky to hope that the opponent does the thing that you want them to do, right? If they don't, you lose, right? That's just how it goes in Series 12, right? That's just not fucking fun at all, bruh. Like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to win a guessing game. It's like, kinda, like the reason I love Pokemon over something like chess, for example, is that in chess, you can, in Pokemon, you can actually build a team, and you got so many options, right? So let's say I want to build a creative team. What do I look at? Do I look at what's popular and I look how to beat it? And well, how do I beat Zacian and Kyogre, for example? Oh yeah, let's just use Regieleki. But I think Regieleki is kind of meta. I think people can very easily beat Regieleki. What other electric types are there that are actually usable? Zapdos? Don't really like that, because that's also kind of meta. Tapu Koko? Yeah, that like everyone has Incineroar on the team, so, and also it gets one shot by Zacian and Kyogre. Rotom Heat, just not good with in a Kyogre meta. You can't counter Zacian. Rotom Wash actually quite solid, but you're just gonna get overwhelmed by all these power crap Pokemon, right? It's just not a lot of options, because all of these are bad. Because, well, why should you ever use any of these Pokemon over the Pokemon with 200 base speed? Maybe I want a grass Pokemon to counter Kyogre then. Maybe a Rillaboom, because that also can deal with Zacian if it's grassy seed set. Yes, absolutely. But What if I don't want to use Rillaboom? What other grass types are there? Oh yeah, Ferrothorn, Katana, okay, Amoonguss, all very, very good in their own right. Venusaur as well. So why should I use Rotamo, for example? I tried it, it's really good, in theory. But in practice, you just get overpowered. What about Sceptile? Nope. Whimsicott, yeah, that's also really good. There are actually a lot of good grass types. But like, there's literally no reason to use anything else over these, right? For example, my Valentine special, I used Roserade. Literally no reason to use it over Venusaur, it's just worse in every way, right? Like, the ones are good, everyone already uses them, right? And what about like crazy anti-meta picks like Aromatisse, for example, right? No one would think this guy is actually good, but it actually does have good reasoning over something like Hatterene, for example, right? I mean, there's still debate, like Jan, for example, personally prefers Hatterene. I personally prefer Aromatisse because it's way more bulkier, it gets access to fake tiers. For example, stuff like this, right? But at the end of the day, even Aromatisse isn't even good, right? So what I did is I used After You plus Choice Specs Calyrex, because then you can just see with Choice Specs Calyrex under Trick Room. But this will get me into my next point, which I don't want to talk about right now. Right now, I just want to talk about a bit else. So, well, you have to use good Pokemon, and then you have to get the guessing game or the chess, I guess, correctly about the game. You cannot crack like the meta, right? So there's something else I wanted to talk about before, actually. Oh yeah. I really tried to use these anti-meta picks, right? For example, this Arcanine team, right? In theory, a lot of synergy, a lot of anti-meta stuff, right? Literally, first, like, I just got overpowered by these restricted Pokemon, right? I let Arcanine Riolo into Kyogre, for example. I am Assault Vest, sure, I should be able to take my Skyzer, but what happened, Helping Hand, I just, no, not even Helping Hand, it's just Tailwind, and then I just died. Because I think it was Choice Specs Kyogre, right? In the rain. So I was like, damn, that's not gonna happen again, let's make sure it doesn't happen again. So when I went into Calyrex, I led with, I think, Solgaleo, Rillaboom, I Dynamaxed, I went, no, this is actually the time I went Arcanine. I just got one shot. Against the Kyogre, I think actually went Xerneas plus something. Doesn't really matter. The point is, I just get overpowered by restricted Pokemon, right? So you have to use like really bulky mons or like really fast mons. And the thing is, with really fast mons, well, you're just gonna speed toy. Because there are only a very limited amount of fast Pokemon. Like Regieleki, Calyrex, and Zacian. You literally have to use them because they are the only really fast Pokemon, which obviously makes a lot of sense, right? And they are broken as well. So you have to use them, and then you're gonna run into counter teams to them, obviously, right? Because they are so popular. And then even if you run into them, you still have to win the speed tie game, which just hurts. I literally have a fucking headache right now just talking about this shit. Like, it's so dumb. Like Jan's team, for example, right? Probably my favorite team this season, which I know is actually good, right? He literally just complained to me yesterday about fucking speed ties while I was thinking about this shit, like, stupid. And my last, final, most important point is, the whole teams, they are still Series 11, right? And in Series 11, I cracked the meta, right? I built two teams which were insanely good, which I got to consistently perform on the high Pokemon Showdown ladder, right? And Showdown ladder means it's the worst place to use anti-meta, because people are gonna prepare for it. People are gonna talk about, oh my god, I just lost to Aromatisse, right? People are gonna recognize you, right? People are gonna prepare to just beat you, and I still succeeded because the teams were just this good anti-meta, right? It was not worth it to prepare to change your team this much just to beat my teams. And guess what happened in Series 12? You can just slap in a restricted Pokemon, another restricted Pokemon, to beat the Pokemon that you are weak to, right? So let's go to Crazy Kali, probably the fan favorite team out of the two. I personally prefer the other one, but it's easier with a Crazy Kali team, right? So this Crazy Kali team against, like, do you remember this team with like Blastoise, Rillaboom, Incineroar, Zacian, this kind of team, right? You can literally beat it without dropping a threat, because Choice Specs Calyrex is just so good into it, right? Because you can 2-hit KO pretty much everything with Astro into Helping Hand Astro, right? And you get Follow Me Away attacks from Calyrex. And even if you get out of position, you can still sweep with Thunderous Mamoswine, right? Literally nothing these teams can do. I could probably win against the world's best player with this Crazy Kali team, just because I know how to always beat this team. Same with the team that Aaron Zane got to rank 3 in the fucking world. I literally battled against what must have been the creators of this team over and over and over again, always beat them because there's nothing they can do to stop me, right? Because my team is so good anti-meta. And now what happened in Series 12? Oh yeah, they just slap under Focus / Calyrex, which completely patches the weakness and makes it so literally I lose all the time. Right? Same with Trick Room. With Trick Room, you just go Aromatisse, go for after, use sweep with choice based Calyrex if you're in a good position. Obviously, it didn't always work. If your opponent knows what's coming, it kind of makes it a bit easier to win for them. But it worked enough to, make it so I can consistently enough beat Trick Room, right? And, well, now they just put in Palkia, which you can damage Palkia with this team a lot. Enough. You can damage Palkia enough, but not when you also have to knock out Calyrex, right? Like, impossible. Right? So another anti-meta approach that I had was this one. I personally absolutely enjoy this team because you can absolutely just easily smash the most common archetypes, right? Trick Room. You just go extra kill off Mimikyu, go for coaching, easy win. And you can even have a lot of other options like Overheat Blaziken can one-shot Calyrex Ice if it's not Dynamaxed, or Zacian 97% of the time. Right, Tornadoes can blow so many max for once turn 1, right? Darth Vader invalidates so many Pokemon on its own, right? You can just one-shot so much things. Like, in my breakdown video, I literally go over how to beat the, most common, 20, 30 Pokemon and I gave you, 2 or 3 options for every one of those with this team, right? And that's not possible again, because now, obviously, with the 2 restricted Pokemon, the Pokemon that beat one restricted Pokemon are just going to lose to the Pokemon for other restricted Pokemon, right? So that's also not possible. So it's not possible, for me at least, to crack the meta game. So it's just not fun for me, because I would have to use meta. That's not who I am. I'm not a meta bitch. I don't want to play chess. I want to play Pokemon, right? But no, I have to. Well, if I want to use meme teams, I have to use bad teams, because I cannot make good meme teams with this format. It's literally impossible. Well, for me at least, right? I have used a lot of other people's teams that was pretty fun, but there was nothing where there was like, damn, I really like this, except Jan's team or the Indian Kingler. But with Indian Kingler, you do struggle a lot with certain matchups, which means you can't use it on a high level consistently, because you're gonna 1 and 2 these matchups and then lose, right? And with Jan teams, well, speed highest, and also I don't really know how to use it, but like, it's just not fun, again, like, to use Jan's team, I personally feel like. So yeah, that's why I really don't like Series 12. And I'm actually thinking, I think I don't want to make content about this anymore. I know this might be, a huge shock to some of you. I feel like some of your mental health depends on it. And that is absolutely crazy. I sincerely apologize for Series 12 not being fun or whatever. I cannot get myself to make content about this that I enjoy. I don't enjoy making content about Series 12 recently. I really don't. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about it, so I think I will take a break. So right now I got some videos planned. What videos? I think the Crazy Kingler, let's see actually. So, oh yeah, how to use Challenger. I wanna use the Indian Kingler, and obviously I wanna do my Eevee video. But those are the only videos that I actually still want to make. And then I think I'm just gonna stop uploading, right? Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys are not too sad. Leave a like, subscribe, haut rein. Ciao.